We're doing a podcast about the education system
Why do you think the school system has not changed, but everything around us has?
because over the years, teachers have changed in a way that they started caring less and started not giving the necessary material for their students' education.
You'd think if teachers got paid more, would they change the system, or would everything stay the same?
I think everything would stay the same
Why is that?
because ever since teachers started caring less, um, and no matter how much they get paid, it's based upon their actions, and regardless of that, they would stay the same.
What about the policies?
Most policies that are made today are from policymakers that have not taught a day of their life.
Since you want to become a teacher, if you have the chance to change the policy, would you change it in a way where students are more interactive with everything else, or more collaborative with the students, with you and them, or would you make it stay the same?
I would definitely want to change it.
The guy that created SATs, uh, James Kelly, he said that these tests are too cruel to be used. What do you think about his words? Those are his exact words. What do you think about them?
I don't think standardized testing should be a way to test kids on their ability because students have different phases of what they go through within their everyday life during school. And just because one grade shows doesn't mean that this is how they are most of the time or some of the time.
Do you think it's right for schools to put us in school for 8 hours a day and telling us what to think about, what to learn about, and only having one teacher in front of us, teaching 20 students, with everyone having different strengths and weaknesses?
Yes and no, but for the most part, I think that students should not be in school for so long for the fact that when they go through their life with when they're not in school and having them to explore themselves like this is reality, and for the fact that there's only one teacher trying to teach them the curricular as followed, it just shows.
You said we should have shorter school days, right? Or not as much homework?
Well, Finland has shorter school days and there's also no homework that they have to do, so I agree.
What do you think they work on in school then?
They work on collaboration and their education system outperforms every other country in the world.
So do you think that's a good idea, not having any homework, but working on collaboration and outperforming every single country in the world? Do you think that's a good thing?
I think students should collaborate more for the fact that with the creativity and how other students work with each other. So I think it's good for them to have that engagement in their life.
One question I do want to ask: do you know how many human rights we have?
No.
We have 30 human rights. That's one important thing, one important essential in life that we need to live out in the real world. But we're over here getting taught basic math, how to do the quadratic formula, and things like that. I say we should be taught human rights instead of basic maths that we're probably not going to use any time in our life. So why are we not taught the policy system, even though we're right after we leave high school, where we are able to vote for the next president?
Oh, well, I don't think we're taught this because schools mainly focus on the things that we've been learning throughout our entire lives. And I feel like most teachers think that's more like a thing where you won't worry about until later, like way later. But in a sense, it's very important to us, and I believe that we should be taught more.
You think we should be taught how to buy a house, or how to buy a house with a mortgage, things like that, or how
Yeah,
to even use a credit card, or how to even build up your credit score?
yeah.
So why are we not taught these in school? Why do you think?
I feel like most teachers will think, oh, this is not something they're gonna have to worry about until the day someone decides to buy a house, or probably sometime late in college, or maybe not even that. And it just sucks that at some time we'll have to learn it our own.
Do you think your childhood was wasted with school?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I felt like I wasn't getting the necessary education that I needed, especially throughout high school. And everything all the way back from kindergarten was repeated since then. And I feel like I should be taught something new and more realistic out in the real world.